Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas with Tabletop Shenanigans.
This is Matthew.
This is Felipe.
This weekend, we have a pretty big release. We have Incubi, now in plastic.
This is true. Yeah, you can buy, pre-release this weekend.
Oh, my bad. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I honestly am excited. Very excited. I still would be more excited if they released my suppressors in a box set, because I really want to own 6 more suppressors.
Oh yeah, that and the Gravis Captain and the Primaris Engine isn't like the only things Space Marines wise that doesn't have like an individual like release, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of like special characters and stuff like that came in certain box sets. Not so much the characters, but it's the only unit that's available.
You know what's really messed up? Sisters of Battle got their individual troop choices and all their stuff before the suppressors did.
Well,
True
story.
story.
I think what it is, it's obviously a business tactic. They obviously make more money selling like the box set, like the Blood of the Phoenix and all that other stuff in the Dark Imperium than they do selling off individual models. So they probably have like estimates. They probably have some GW Vault or whatever has some board somewhere where it's just kind of like, this is our idea of when like eventually our thing is going to get released. So it I guess there's like a business practice to it.
There might be, but like still, Sisters has only been out for like 2 months.
Well, they knew that they were going to make bank off the Sisters because it's a super craved army. Like everybody's been wanting Sisters for like how long?
Since the beginning of time.
I don't know.
Since time immemorial.
I kind of want to play them too. They're kind of cool.
Sisters?
They're fun.
They are fun to play. I've played them before. They have lots of shenanigans. I love shenanigans.
How competitive is the whole Miracle Dice thing and everything?
It's broken.
It's like stupid good. It's
like,
stupid
hey,
good.
You know what would be really good? If I rolled a 6 on this shot that I really need.
You know, and it's not even just like, oh, I got 6s. I mean, honestly, you're playing an army that hits on 3+. So on any Miracle Dice 3 or higher is good. Any Miracle Dice 2 or lower is good. If you have to, okay, let me just auto pass this morale for no CP.
Right? Even 3s are good.
Yeah.
Like you can find, there's almost an infinite amount of uses you can get. It's like, oh, I really need to get this shot. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. No minuses to hit. Fine. 3.
Hit on 3. Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. And what can you replace with them? You can replace your save.
You can replace just about anything. I think
you can't do variable number of shots, and I think that might be it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Or it may not be in the damage, variable damage. I don't think you can roll for variable damage.
We don't actually know. We're just kind of just hoping that we're right.
Oh, yeah. Totally just guessing. Never even seen the new codex.
They have a codex? No, I'm kidding.
Man, we are horrible at this game. We apologize for all you guys that are listening.
Well, to be honest with you, do we even know anybody that owns Sisters?
Like
a full
I own
Sisters
Sisters.
I own a full Sisters army.
Oh, well, I mean...
Do you though?
I have 9 emulators.
Okay. All right, besides the tanks, how many of them are GW models?
I have Celestine GW and her Gemini.
And the rest of them is...
owning rhinos. Just owning rhinos doesn't count as you owning everything.
It is.
If you don't
All right,
know yet...
in the comments, take a random guess on how many Rhino chassis I have. If you're right, I'll buy you a start collecting box of your choice.
I'm not just create 30 fake accounts and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, honest to God, I'll do it right now. And the answer, I'll tell you with a hint. It's more than 15.
But is it less than 30?
I have no idea. I'll go home and count them tonight.
That's the trick. He doesn't know how many he's got.
I still have some that I haven't even built. That's how many I have.
Oh man.
I would love to see more Sisters though going around, but it's just like they're still missing quite a few core units, don't they?
No, they have.
Is everything out?
Everything.
They even got Meltas. They have Meltas on their basic troop choices now.
Oh, the Sisters troops though is fantastic. I mean,
I love those models. Whatever that unit, I don't know what they're called, But the immolators, I think, are I don't know.
Talking about the Retributor squad, the ones with the heavy weapons.
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
They look so good. I really like that sculpt.
The whole lineup is really well done. They obviously realized what the people want. They didn't just like rush job it. I mean, they're beautifully sculpted. I mean, you're paying for it. $60 for a squad of 10. And
It's not that bad.
they're like 45 points if they're based.
For 10 of them?
Or 55 points for 10 of them. Yeah. That was pre actual codex release. That's when they got their pseudo codex. But they were essentially the price of a scout squad.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were about 55 points per 10 if they didn't have any upgrades.
That's pretty good.
But that's
pretty cheap.
That's
like point wise, yeah.
But I mean, as
Monetary wise, no.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're talking about each model is money-wise worth more than it is on the table, which means you have to have a lot of this. Same problem with orcs. That's why.
Or chaos.
But orcs, you get more orcs in a box, and for less money.
The problem with orcs is the problem with orcs is they're pretty expensive point-wise per model for a lot of stuff. But the fact that you have to bring 180 of those choices, when you only get 10 per box. You know, in Age of Sigmar, even the expensive troops, you usually get about at least 20 of them. Save a few of the factions, but most factions, when you get their basic troop choices, you get 20 models for $50.
Yeah.
Just insane.
Would you guys say that orcs is probably the most expensive monetary-wise army?
No. Definitely not. I think Tyranids is up there, for sure.
I always thought it was either Tyranids, Astra Militarum, or orcs.
Because I will tell you right now that I find Scions to be really expensive.
Oh yeah, man! Explain us your crazy scheme that you got.
Turns out, building an entire army of elite choices is really expensive.
Yeah. So if you want to go, all right. So let's just break it down real simple for you.
Before we do this math, how do you know this?
This is because I own them. They're expensive. I own 2,000 points of Scions, and they're expensive. Anyhow, so if you just have Scions without any upgrades, a squad of Scions is 45 points. No, 35 points. Sorry, there's 7 points per model, 35 points. A box of 5 is 35 points before taxes. So 2,000 points of Scions without upgrades is $2,000.
Good Lord.
That's a lot of money for just las guns.
Well, they're hotshot las
and
guns.
toughness 3. Strength 3, AP minus 2, damage 1 weapons on a toughness 3 model.
Sounds like you should not take that as a full army.
Well, it's actually really effective when you start taking into account, special weapons, which they can take loads of special weapons like plasma, melta, flamers, hotshot volley guns. That's where they get really good. The problem with that being, for each box of 5, you get 1 plasma gun, and each squad of 5 can take 2 plasma guns to be maximum effectiveness. So you need to effectively buy 2 boxes per squad of 5.
That's pretty ouch.
Yeah.
That's pretty silly.
That's if you want. I mean, a lot of people do conversions. I've been very lucky and have found people selling off just arms, this plasma arms, and then gotten some good deals on eBay and other sites to gather up extra plasma arms. So I have 36 plasma gun Scions. None of them are converted. All of them are the original Scion arms, so nothing funky looking with weird arms and awkward guns.
And then next week, plasma goes up in points, and then Maddie's entire list is useless.
Oh, I know. It would just adjust how many I could bring.
Right.
I wouldn't not bring the plasma guns. They're the bread of the army.
Basically.
Yeah, especially.
I'll just drop 2 of them.
Yeah, right. I'll drop 2 and we're good. But honestly, I mean, they're like right now with some of the new rules that came out in the Greater Good book. Like one of the regiments is just if you got out of a transport this turn, you get +1 to hit, which is awesome. Now all of a sudden you have 36 plasma guns jumping out of Valkyries. So death from the skies. They move across the table, jump out, and then they're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s most likely. Most likely re-rolling 1s. You just bring Yarick and everything's re-rolling 1s.
Yarick's so good.
Yeah. Points wise, they're costly. Money wise, they're costly, but they're pretty fun to play with on the table.
Strength 8, -4, wound 2 wounds. Yeah.
-3.
-3.
Yeah.
-3 if you take the doctrine, right?
No, -3 for plasma guns. Right.
Right.
We're still talking about plasma.
I kind of just zoned out for a second. I didn't even know what we're talking about.
No, it's okay.
You got basic troop choices that are shooting AP3 weapons.
AP -2 weapons, yeah.
Well,
you're talking about plasma, yeah. Well, there's the standard issue hot guns, AP -2, which is nice. Only strength 3. There's some actually really cool stratagems that give you strength 4 on those. And then there's other ones that, for your hot shot las and hot shot volley guns, on a wound roll of 6, they automatically just do a mortal wound, which is insane. Like, if you get a squad of 10 of them, so you have 9, and then you get 18 shots, and then you hit them with first rank fire, second rank fire.
Do they still take a chainsword, the sergeant?
The sergeant can take a chainsword plasma gun. Gotcha. Yeah. Sergeants are still sergeants, yeah. They get a pistol and a melee weapon.
Make it a plasma pistol and you'll be fine.
That's what I have on my list. So I have 8 extra plasma on top of the 36 plasma guns. It's a lot of plasma.
Have you gotten the chance to actually test this list out with like Iron Hands? Like a competitive Iron Hands?
So the thing is with Iron Hands is the plasma, you have to overcharge it to effectively wound the Leviathan. And then you're only ever doing damage 1. But if you have 36 guns in rapid fire range, it doesn't really matter if they're only damage 1 because you're going to kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Leviathan Dreadnought only has, 14 wounds?
Something like that,
it's not a lot.
14, I think.
Yeah. The thing that makes it super effective against most lists is you're shooting at it with, damage 6 weapons, low number of shots, not just with, here's 1 million plasma guns. Take it.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, I kind of, right now, whenever I build a list, even, as far as competitive-wise, not for fun. Obviously, for fun, I wouldn't bring every plasma gun in existence.
I mean, if you want to lose some friends, you can do that.
Yeah, of course. But, just for, competitive lists, I build, how do I kill the Leviathan that's reducing its damage and getting healed? I need to kill it in 1 turn. How do I do that? And then, how many knights can I kill effectively in 1 turn? If I build my list...
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
You have to determine both now.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, in my mind, if I can kill a knight and a half in 1 turn, then I can most likely kill a Leviathan reducing damage.
How crazy that you're comparing killing a Leviathan to killing a
knight and a half.
Yeah.
Effectively 2 knights. I mean, that's kind of where the power level is. You have to be able to kill 2 knights reliably. Yeah.
They also have a 6 of Feel No Pain. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. On top of that, so you're talking about you're needing to do something like 25 wounds, 24. You need to kill a knight to kill it. I mean, honestly, it's horrible.
In the last tournament, did you get to see any Tau players with the new rules?
I didn't play against them. Somebody was using the new rule set.
Yeah.
But he also just had 3 Riptides and 48 Shield Drones.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He was that guy.
The new IT rules actually makes it really good for against Tau.
Yeah.
Because drones now count towards Reaper.
Yeah.
Which they didn't before, I guess. I don't know if they did or not before.
They did, yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well.
Have we gotten the chance to talk about new ITC rules?
I don't think we have.
We have not.
Should we?
Might as well.
Well, let's pull it up real quick.
So, the biggest change, I'd probably say this is the most important change in ITC. Whoever wins the roll-off and decides who's going first is going first.
Yeah.
There is no seizing. So you don't get in that awkward situation where you're going first, you deploy to go first, and your opponent seizes on you, and you're just caught with your pants around your ankles.
Yep. Just get destroyed. Yeah, I remember that was a major problem.
It was.
I mean, 16% chance is still a chance.
And the problem came from the player that was playing too aggressive. Is they didn't take into account that.
Well, you shouldn't, right? If you're taking all the negatives of going first, and you're not even going first, that's kind of messed up.
It is.
I think another way they could have fixed that was just having, after we roll to see who goes first, I get to seize before we deploy.
Yeah.
That could have also been a thing.
I kind of like it because it makes more sense as being an attacker and a defender.
Yeah.
As the attacker, you obviously get to go first, but as the defender, you get to counter deploy to them. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, and it is good the way that it is. I think that the new change is really good, and I wish
that was the biggest change for you.
Yeah, that's huge. Because I could tell you, like, right now, because, like, when I'm playing with my knights, I have to be very aggressive. I have to place them on the front line and be ready to go. I mean, same thing with...
and everything.
If I'm playing with Harlequins, that's huge for me. Because it's either I have to hide everything in buildings because I don't know if I'm actually going to go first. Because if I'm out in the open, I'm dead if you shoot at me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to live. But if I know I'm going first, I can deploy all of my bikes on the front line, and I can be wherever I need to be turn one without any kind of questions or worrying about anything. So, I mean, that was a huge change for armies. Like, certain armies, obviously more important than others, but for, like...
It's huge.
For glass cannon armies, that's huge, because you can deploy so much better now, not having to worry about that 1 in 6 chance you get seized on.
It does not feel like a 1 in 6 chance. I feel like I've been seized on a lot. And I have seized on people a lot. No, yeah. The biggest change for me was that Caverns just got better. Infinitely times better. Because now, they don't give out Big Game Hunter. Sorry, not Big Game Hunter. They don't give off...
the Reaper?
No.
You're talking about Gangbusters.
Yeah, Gangbusters.
Okay.
Because now the top list in ITC for AdMech was the 34 Breacher list.
Yeah.
So now, you just can't get Gangbuster on me.
Because you're a troop choice.
You can't get the one where you have to kill 7+, or the Titan Slayer? Not the Titan Slayer.
So you can Big Game Hunter.
Yes. What's still 2 that they combined? They combined 2 of them together. It's the one... Pick Your Poison. So Pick Your Poison got combined with Big Game Hunter.
That's the one with the keywords, right?
Yes. But now it's just changed to where if you deal 7 wounds to a vehicle / 10... Is it 10 now?
Yeah. Earn 1 point for every 10 cumulative wounds dealt to each unit containing the monster, Titanic, or vehicle keyword.
Okay.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
Because that makes it... I know I'm talking from only my point of view, but like it makes AdMech so much better. Because I only take 2 vehicles now. Sorry. Sometimes I'll take 6 vehicles, but most of the time I'm only taking 2.
Yeah.
And it's those freaking boats.
Okay. Yeah. The freaking boat.
You know, the gunboats.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
I do like that you... I didn't like last week, or not last week, 2 weeks ago when we had the tournament, when I showed up and built my list, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to use this new rule set that I've never heard of. I didn't like it, but now I'm like, okay, it's kind of nice, because where you have to pick a maneuver secondary, and you have to pick a seek and destroy secondary, and then you get to choose either going old school or another seek and destroy or maneuver. You really have to build a more balanced list. You can't just be like all gung-ho shooting. You have to have something that can also score a secondary that requires you to be defensive or more mobile.
But they also added really aggressive secondaries too, like sappers. Can't you destroy objectives now or something?
You don't destroy it. You render it non-scoreable. So, like, if I move my sappers into position, like, say if we're playing one of the objectives that only have 3 objectives available, and you move out to control the middle one, and I move my sappers within 3 inches but outside of an inch of you, you don't get the extra point for holding that objective.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, how does it count towards... do we know how it interacts with holding more, and do we know how it interacts?
Yeah, it's non-scoreable for your opponent. You
act like it doesn't. It doesn't
exist while that unit's within 3 inches and not within an inch of.
Can you score points with the sappers? Because it is a secondary. I would hope you'd be able to score points with it, or else why would you take it?
Well, of course, yeah. So the way it works is earn 1 point at the. For each objective rendered unscorable, I earn a point at the end of my turn.
Oh, but that's kind of weird now, because what if you and your opponent both take sappers, and then your opponent renders one unavailable, you get points for that.
No, for each, what is it?
Because you said for each one's considered unscorable. Doesn't say how.
True.
So maybe they need to change that.
Yeah, the wording could just be off.
Right.
On that for sure, but it's basically like engineers.
Reversed, kind of.
It's a little bit different version because technically you could be rendering your one in your deployment zone unscorable, which is kind of unique and weird.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in danger of being deep strike and you know you're going to lose that objective, you could just...
Yeah.
It's super situational to me. It sounds
course.
like...
Yeah.
But super situational does happen sometimes.
You're right. Then there's some other good ones like Born for Greatness, which I think is really tailored to Primarchs. I think they were like, there's 3 marks that see, or there's at least 2 Primarchs that see play a lot. So Born for Greatness is you pick a single model character and you get 1 point for each of the accomplishments, up to 4 points. So one of them is
like kill a squad,
destroy
right?
an enemy unit that doesn't have the character keyword, so they have to finish off a unit themselves. Destroy a character, deny an enemy psychic power, hold an objective outside of your deployment zone, heroically intervene into an enemy unit, and begin and end a battle round wholly within your opponent's deployment zone.
Oh, yeah, that is
you can,
perfect.
For heroically intervening?
Yeah, you get a point for heroically intervening.
That is absolutely...
That makes Spaceballs really good now. Almost really good.
Well, that would be an easy one for them to score, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds tailor-made for Magnus or Morty.
Yeah, 100% for Magnus.
Yeah,
more for Magnus than
jump
for
around
Morty.
the pit.
Right?
Yeah.
What's that? Magnus?
Yeah.
He needs a buff? All right, let him score 4 points for free. Like,
Definitely kill Magnus first.
No, do you have to pick a character or? Is
Yes, you pick one single character.
That's kind of risque though. I don't know if I would put that on Magnus because Magnus
Yeah.
just get destroyed.
Now the nice thing about it is you can get stuff like for just holding objectives and stuff like that. You don't necessarily have to go for the one that's destroying. You can score 4 points for just denying a power or just heroically intervening. I mean, there's lots of ways that you can score points without having to actually kill anything. So you can max out your points even with the lowly company commander. So obviously, you can't deny anything. With
You could
him,
do that
yeah.
on an assassin too, like the Eversor. Eversor would be pretty sweet. That thing murders infantry like it's nothing.
Yeah,
You could make it at
The
work.
Episode would be an all right choice.
Is that the
too.
one that you can only hit them on 6s?
No,
No.
That's the
Vindic-
Calexis.
Yeah,
Oh.
Calexis.
I hate that one.
Yeah, the Calexis is the one that also has the minus to psychic power bubble too.
The
Minus
Eversor.
what?
Minus to psychic power.
What's that?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean the smites? What's a smite?
Smite what?
I just let those go through every time.
Eversor is the one that just gets more attacks the more that he kills.
Yeah.
So you throw it in like a squad of like Tyranids or a squad or of Hormigons, Termagons, or Guardsmen, and then just tears them apart.
Oh yeah, definitely. They also tweaked a whole bunch of the maneuver secondaries. So now recon starting on turn starting on turn 2, just as always. If you have a unit in each quarter, you score 1 point. If you have 2 units in each quarter, so starting on the second turn, if you have 2 units in every table quarter, you get 2 points per turn.
That's crazy.
It's same thing for behind enemy lines. If you have starting on turn 2, if you have 3 or more non-flower units entirely in your opponent's deployment zone, you get 2 points. Ground control did not change. Engineers, it's the same thing. Starting on turn 2, if you control 2 objectives with your engineers, you get double the points, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really good.
I mean, when you can get all 4 points of secondaries in 3 turns is usually a lifesaver. Because then you're not at that point. You're like, okay, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can start focusing on other aspects.
I'm really glad they're taking the AOS method of things now. It's not all based on killing.
Yeah.
If I wish they would change the objectives, I wish they would take out kill more. I think they could replace it with something better than that. I guess for right now it's okay, but like what I really like about AOS, and I know we're taking a short tidbit
Hashtag not an AOS podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, true. But the one thing I love about AOS is that no matter how much you kill, it does not matter. It all depends on how you move towards your opponent, what you're holding, and stuff like that. And 40k, the problem with 40k is usually by turn 2, you know who's won the game.
And competitive, yeah, usually.
And it's just like, that becomes unfun sometimes when you're on the short end of the stick or you put your opponent on the short end of the stick. So I'm liking that they're releasing all this new stuff to where it's more focused on board control, map control, like actual, they care now about what you target. Right? It's not just, oh yeah, here's loosey-goosey, just target these things and you're good to go.
I mean, that works pretty well on, like, armies that aren't as fit for, like, killing everything. Like Deathwatch, I don't usually table people that easily, but I usually end up winning by points most of the time whenever I play Deathwatch. Unless I'm playing like orcs or Tyranids, I'm most likely not going to be tabling you with a Deathwatch.
Which is crazy because, like, you should get rewards for being tanky.
Mm-hmm.
And now, this gives you more rewards for not... Because, like, you can take all these defensive objectives now. You can do board control. You can get 2 points per turn for controlling the board. That's all you gotta do. It's not very hard to move into each corner of the... Or each quarter of the map.
Yeah.
So, I'm really liking where they're moving with ITC. I think the main problem I still have with it is just how easy the game can be topsy-turvy. But that's not an ITC problem. That's just a 40k balancing problem.
I mean, it's too easy to just fall into the norms. You just see a list that works, Triptides, things like that, Elder Flyer. Just keep playing with the same thing.
I mean, even going like for like, say if you took 2 maneuvers like engineers and recon, so you're playing total board control, right? All you have to do is focus on killing like 1 troop choice a turn, or killing 1 squad of drones per turn to get at least kill 1 to max out on points on, or to make sure you're getting your points on that. Obviously, you want to get kill more, but you could not focus on that. But like you could take 2 secondaries that are the maneuvers. Then you could take Born for Greatness and just go for hold an objective. Begin your battle round wholly within your opponent's deployment zone. And then you could heroically intervene 1 time, and you've almost maxed out all your secondaries without having to actually kill anything. And then if you have a psyker as the character chosen, you could also deny a psychic power and then max out on your secondaries without having to kill a single model, which is
it's crazy.
Which is
yeah,
really good. I mean, depending on what kind of army you're playing with, that could be really effective for you.
Which is why I still think they should take away kill 1, kill more.
Yeah.
I don't know what they replace it with, but maybe something not focused on killing. I don't know. Like, I don't.
I mean, we are playing a war game. I mean, it's Warhammer, and we're in war.
That's not kind of weird when you said Warhammer. Like, what?
Dark.
I did. I Warhammer. Yeah, I mean,
the dark grim darkness of the future. There is only war.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the 41st millennium there is only war.
You say that, but like, is it only just war?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's all killing. We're all killing each other.
How do you know? Do you read the lore all of a sudden?
I do.
Because it's not. How do we actually know the universe is at war?
Because when I buy the codex and I'm trying to get to the rules, I happen to pass the first couple pages, and it's always like this battle, that battle, this battle, that battle.
I guess Psychic Awakening is a big war right now too. I guess you're right.
The lore in Psychic Awakening is kind of meh, but that's a different story.
I love how we talked about Sisters also like 2 months after they were released. It's like,
oh, by the way, if you guys haven't heard, Sisters are out now.
Yeah, in plastic.
What?
So one interesting thing though that is actually happening not too far away from now is the Adepticon thing that they're going to be having, where they're supposed to be like the biggest like show off of models and anything new that's coming out. What would you guys like to see being shown off today or then?
A new faction.
No.
I'm really excited for a new faction.
No. That'd be dope. It's not gonna happen.
You never know.
No, it's not gonna happen. I mean, the last quote unquote new faction that we got was Chaos Knights, but we knew that was happening.
That wasn't a new faction. That was an old faction just given new life.
But kinda. I mean, did they really have a codex before that?
Did AMAC have a codex before this? No. The answer is no, by the way.
Okay. But okay, so new faction. But besides, like, what would be the new faction? What could possibly like be brought in?
I think it'd be kind of cool. I want to see either Chaos come up with something that the Space Marines did. You know how the Coast Compliant chapters got that catch-all? I wish Chaos got something similar. Because I really want to play a Chaos Army, but I don't want to play Abaddon's Black Crusade. I don't want to play Thousand Suns. Death Guard's alright.
Death Guard's fun.
But I would like to play one of the other factions that just didn't get enough love.
Oh, like make your own faction kind of thing?
Yeah. Or not even that. I would love to play Emperor's Children if they had the models for them. I think that'd be really cool.
You're talking about Noise Marines.
Yeah. But I guess it's not technically new. I think it would be kind of cool if we got a new Chaos faction. Or a new Xenos faction. Because there's just so much out there. And now they introduced Zoacs again, or whatever they're called.
Zorts?
Zotes?
Yeah.
Those
are Tyranid, though.
Yeah, but they don't look Tyranid.
Yeah, they are, though.
I would love to see another faction.
I would love to see Vermin in 40k.
That'd be
fun.
Cool.
That'd be fun. It wouldn't happen, but it'd be cool.
I mean, you never know. The Skaven opened an alternate portal to the 40k realm. I would love that.
I know zero to nothing about like AOS or like Warhammer Fantasy, but I love the Skaven. They're such a bizarre, weird thing. What about you, Maddie? What would you like to see?
Man, that's a really tough question. I've been thinking about it since you asked Nick.
Since I asked the group.
Honestly, suppressors. Just give me suppressors in a box where I can buy 6 more suppressors without having... If you are out there and you're listening and you have 6 suppressors or even 3 suppressors you'd like to sell me, I would like to buy them.
Okay, what is Primaris missing? What are Primaris really needing? What could put them over the edge over Baby Marines that could be shown off?
Melee. They need melee choices.
Give me a squad that can take all melee weapons. That's it. Make my Death Company be able to take 5 guys with all chain swords.
So something similar to like Assault Marines? Because I would love Assault Marine Primaris.
They have Reavers, but...
Reavers, they're great in Kill Team. And that's about as far as it goes.
Well, yeah, because it's a small table.
Oh,
in
yeah.
And their grab weapons, or their grab shoot things are pretty cool in there. But, yeah.
They're fast, they got assault weapons. They're great for Kill Team. But, yeah, outside of Kill Team, they're very poopy.
Poopy.
We need a... I really want those Primaris bikes. Primaris bikes would be cool.
So I do believe... I remember we saw some stuff. I could see the next thing that's being released is going to be bikes, land speeders. We're going to have more hovercraft. The stuff that we're missing right now. We're going to get some kind... They're going to get some kind of hover bike, I bet. Like, it's going to almost... I bet it's going to be pretty close to a Custodes jet bike. Maybe, like, a little closer to the ground. So it's like grav, not, or like the hover, like they have been, not true like jet bike flying.
Yeah.
But maybe some land speeders too, some Primaris land speeders. I don't really see the point in Primarisizing more vehicles.
No, I mean that's boring. Like I want my Primaris up in melee, just bashing people in the face with a thunderhammer.
You're not wrong. I agree 100%.
I would love that. I would love to have Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, Primaris like infantry models. I would totally build Black Templars at that point.
Oh yeah,
because they'd just be so flavorful. I would love that.
Yeah, I mean it's already fun to kit bash Primaris models into other things. They just need something more adept to it. But besides that, I can't really think of anything. Well, no, I can't really think of anything else that the Primaris line really needs. No more shooty things. They already got enough shooty things.
You know what's funny?
What?
We were trying to talk about new factions, and we ended up just talking about Marines again.
Right? Well, you know what? We like what we like, okay? Leave us alone, people. Just kidding. We love you guys. Don't leave us alone.
No, please don't.
Listen to me.
We're probably gonna get to see the new model for Graskul Raka.
You know what I really hope that we don't get?
What?
More AdMech. I'm tired of seeing AdMech.
Yeah, why is AdMech getting so much love?
It's true though. Like AdMech has just been getting all the love of late, and you can't sit there and tell me no. Think about how many AdMech models that come out to anybody else. Not talking about like sisters, like a new army that got redone. I'm talking about just okay, here's some stuff. And then they're like, okay, well, here's a little bit more stuff. Hold on, we have a little bit more to give you.
I only have 12 unit models in my entire army. Primaris has more options than me already.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's not.
Okay, let's talk about Harlequins.
Yeah, I was about to say Harlequins.
Who cares about Harlequins?
I have one troop choice.
Okay, who cares about Harlequins?
I have 3 elite choices.
You're just ignoring my question now.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally ignoring your question. I have 1 fast attack option.
You're not a real faction.
One transport.
Aren't you getting Ikubai this weekend?
No.
That's
next weekend?
That's Drakari.
No, that's Drakari.
That's Drakari.
What's the difference?
They hate each other?
I don't know if they hate each other, but they definitely do not see eye to eye. Well, I'll give you that.
Some of them do.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have created Slanesh, and this wouldn't have been a problem.
Hashtag all the Eldor's fault.
Yeah, hashtag Eldor's problems.
So, yeah, hopefully we'll get to see the new Arc model. Possibly something new for the Space Wolves. Fingers crossed and such.
When is Adepticon?
It should be, pretty close.
Adepticon? I don't know what Adepticon is. Adepticon 2020. March 25th to the 29th.
Bro, yeah, it's coming up really close.
If we don't already have Grazgul Thraka by then, I don't even want to play Warhammer.
That's not true.
I'm not. Well, look, Win the Greater Good. All the books have been coming out middle of the month. So
yeah.
if that's happening at the end of the month, that book will have already been pre-released and out. And usually the HQ choices come out before the book even goes to pre-release.
I am kind of excited because it's been very strongly hinted that Ragnar Blackmane is probably going to be getting a new model. For both of you, since you don't care about Space Wolf.
Who is hinting this to you? Who's feeding you with these lies?
Reddit. But anyway.
It's Logan Grimnar. He's the only one that needs a new model.
Logan Grimnar could use him. Well, no, his current model's pretty dope.
No.
He goes into battle on a boat carried by
Yeah,
wolves.
but I'm talking about the not on the boat model. The one where he's just a guy and he's swinging his axe.
Just a guy. Yeah. He's huge.
No, he's in Terminator armor. He's no bigger than a Terminator.
No, he's pretty huge.
He needs to be Primaris size. Sorry, he is the chapter master. He needs to be Primaris size.
He's this exact same size as freaking Papa Smurf. Not big Papa Smurf, but Marnius Calgar.
No, not currently.
Yeah, they're about the same size.
No.
Okay, we're going to size them up eventually.
We will.
Whenever I build mine.
And we'll post a picture.
Yeah,
I have one. Pictures. I have one built. I'll bring it. It's actually upstairs right now. I don't have Calgar, though.
But yeah, Blackmane.
Who cares about Space Wolves?
Huh?
Who cares about Space Wolves?
You take
Some people
that
do.
back. I'm just kidding.
You don't care about Space Wolves.
I have Space Wolves, so I do care a little bit.
What do you have for Space Wolves?
I have 40 Grey Hunters.
It's a lot of Grey Hunters.
I have a bunch of
I
the
don't
wolves.
know what those are.
I have Longfangs.
Who's Longfang?
Longfangs are Devastator squads.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have the guy with the sled?
That's who we've been talking about.
I don't have him on his sled. I have him as just a character. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the sled?
Logan
Grimnar.
Oh.
He's the chapter master.
That's really weird. Why is he fighting a sled?
It's a Space Wolf thing.
It's just a Space Wolf thing.
It's a Space
Don't
Wolf.
ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Listen, we're talking about 40K. Everything, I love it, but everything is so silly. I mean, think about it. We got robots. We got Terminator robots. We got all sorts of crazy things.
This game is serious, okay?
Super serial.
Super serial.
We're talking about the 41st millennium here.
We're not talking about a game at all. We're talking
Where
about
tanks still look like they're from World War
future.
One, and we're still using World War One style tactics of building a trench, staying in the trench, and then shooting at the enemy. Yeah, that looks.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
It was broken World War One.
We also use grav shoots in
Excuse me, were you there in World War One? Were you fighting in World War One?
I have some veterans that want to talk to you. So
yeah. I think they say you'd be wrong.
Well, first of all, I don't believe that anybody that fought World War One is still alive.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, definitely not.
No.
Yeah. So, but I have some World War II veterans that want to talk to you. That's for sure.
But yeah,
they're Germans and their trenches did not work. No. We stormed that beach.
Yep. I don't think they had trenches in.
No, they had fixed locations.
Yeah.
Normandy was World War II.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You said you said World War One.
No, I said there's nobody alive from World War One, but I have some World War II vets that'd like to talk to you, and they're all Germans.
Nick, you have to admit though, the space wolf aesthetic is cool. They're Vikings in space.
What do you like about them? What is the
They're
like?
Vikings in space.
They're space marines who don't want to be space marines.
What are you talking about? They are space marines. They were one of the original founding chapters.
Of course.
Yeah.
What? But you have to understand that they ride sleds.
Yeah.
They have non-humanoid models in their range. They have wolves.
They have werewolves.
Why?
Blood angels have vampires.
No, they don't. Show me a vampire model.
Freaking
Mephiston
looks like a vampire.
Actually has fangs. Legit has fangs.
They have successive chapters that are literally called the Blood Drinkers or stuff like that.
So my problem is, now that Mephiston is all Primarisized, why does he look more like a vampire, not less like a vampire?
Yeah, he looks exactly... Okay, for Dungeons & Dragons, right here. He is Strahd, 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He looks just like Strahd.
Does he?
With blonde hair, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen the model up close. I've only seen him in plastic. But he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he is essentially Strahd, and he has fangs.
Why don't they just bring... I just wish they would bring back all the Space Marine dudes that died. I forgot what their names.
Which ones are
For all the chapters.
Talk about Primarchs.
Primarchs?
No, Mephiston's not a Primarch, right?
No. Mephiston's not a Primarch. No.
He's just a regular dude.
He's not a
just a regular dude. He's the Lord of Death.
Like Malnir's Khal is just a regular dude.
Yeah,
no, he's...
just like Call's just a regular dude.
Yeah, just a regular dude.
He's the Fabricator General,
right, so he's just a regular robot.
Just a regular robot.
I wish you would take that back.
Marnus Calgar is just a regular dude. Dante's just a regular dude.
I don't even know who Dante is.
Oh my god.
He's the chapter master of the Blood Angels.
I thought that was Dante. Or I thought that was...
Mephiston. No, he's the chief librarian.
What?
Yeah, Mephiston's the chief librarian. Dante's
most
the
chapters have a chief librarian, chief tech marine, chief so on and so forth.
They have a chief tech marine too?
I think so. Usually they do.
That's what Iron Father Ferris is. He's the...
No, he's the chapter master.
No, he's not.
So,
he's
Iron Hands...
What? Are you
no,
trolling?
Iron Father Ferris is not... He's a tech marine. He's not a captain at all, so he can't be the chapter master.
Yeah, Iron Hands is very different compared to most chapters because they have a council of the elders and everything where they
He's definitely the most in charge, but he's a tech marine, not a captain.
He's called the Iron Father.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's the head librarian or the head tech marine. But tech marines are more important to the Iron Hands than captains.
Yep.
You guys are trolling.
No, 100%. Because you couldn't bring a Space Marine captain and give him the chapter master stratagem if you had another unit that was a chapter master. But you can do that with Iron Father Ferris because he doesn't even have reroll ability.
Read your lore, Nick.
Not a chapter master.
What's a lore?
Oh my god, I'm gonna hit you.
So I just don't understand. How did the Iron Hands even get tech priests or tech marines?
Every chapter
has tech marines.
Yeah, but how did they? I know, but they
send a serf to go train in Mars with the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, because they have to come from Mars. Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
I'm more important than you.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Or you can just be Imperial and just build more tanks.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It died. Get another one.
Oh, it exploded. We lost 300 men. Oh well, we have a few thousand lying around.
A few billion.
Right.
Yeah.
Cadia stands.
Maybe a couple trillion. Who knows? There's a lot of them. Cadia does stand in the heart of men. I'll fight you on it.
I love it. I love it how there's an opening cinematic for one of the ship game for 40K. What's it called? God, what is it called? But anyway, in one of the opening sequences, it's like one of the cruiser squads goes into orbit over Cadia during the Battle of Cadia, and it's just like they attack Abaddon's ship. And they lose the majority of them. And one of the hands of the ships just goes we just lost 69,000 men. And it's just that's baby numbers in 40K. That's nothing.
Do you think the numbers are sustainable?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
No, you read battles where they lose, they have casualties in the millions.
Yeah.
You think that's sustainable?
Yeah, 100%.
There were battles in World War I exactly like that.
That millions of people died.
Yeah.
Think about how many people died in World War II just in the just on well, I don't want to get too much into this, but yeah, we don't want to do that. But the prisoners of war, like 6 million deaths.
There were
crazy.
more.
I know 6 million people died during that.
Well, that's not even talking about people that fought in the war. Those are the prisoners.
75 million people died in World War II.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Battle of Stalingrad. More
That's
people
crazy.
died in the Battle of Stalingrad than in the entire Western Front.
That's because Russia is literally Astra Militarum.
Yeah, they literally they would give the first guy a gun, the second guy.
That's not true. That's not true. That was not proven to be true.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Who knows?
Can
we prove that it's not true then?
Yes,
you
can.
Prove that you haven't proven that it's true, but you haven't proven that it's not.
There's
true.
a document out there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody correct me on that.
No, but the numbers. The numbers
I won't
in
believe
40K
it. Nick
are
said it, so I
sustainable.
need a more reliable source.
But I know, but like we're talking about every day.
Yeah.
Millions of people die every day.
Just think about how many people are in one of the hive cities.
Yeah, we're talking about like trillions upon trillions of humans that are mass producing. Think about how many people are birthed and die every day on our planet.
I get that, but like if we take Canada for example, you're telling me that every day enough Canadians are born to replace all the Canadian troopers.
Yeah.
And like Krieg, one planet has enough people to provide all the Kriegsmen.
Well, Krieg has a big asterisk next to it because they have the biggest toll. Like they have the biggest like demand from the Imperium just because they produce some of the best soldiers. Period. They never break. Yeah, they're the one regiment that has never lost a single man to chaos.
Like that succumbed to being
That's
a traitor.
not true.
Yeah,
they were traitors to begin with.
That's a different story. That's how they ended up being basically Krieg.
I still think the Vestroyans are the coolest ones.
God, read your
Which one?
lore. Nick.
Vestroyans.
Nah,
I love Vestroyans.
Talaran are my favorite.
You're whatever. Talaran are dumb.
They're the best.
You cannot hide tanks in sand.
What? Yes.
You're telling me you can hide tanks just in the sand and have them outright on the side of a battle?
Happened in North Africa during World War II.
All the time. Just paint it the color of sand.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what they do. I think Talaran are dumb.
No, they're cool.
Is that their only rule? What's their actual trait?
Their trait is they can fire heavy weapons without penalty when they
Wow,
move.
that's pretty good.
That is really good.
Yeah.
That's
We're talking
really
about
good.
all of your vehicles riding around with no penalties to hit.
But you know what sucks? The Mordians. Yeah?
Mordians are the ones that...
They look like, they're wearing the really fancy uniforms.
Well, I always get them and Vestorian mixed up. Vestorians are in red, Mordians are in blue.
What are you talking about? Vestorian? What the heck are those?
That's what you're talking
There's
about, the
one that
you're
looks
just-
like-
Vestroyan?
Vestorian, yeah. They're in red. And then the other ones are in
Mordians
blue.
are this one.
Yeah, they're in blue. Right?
I hate them. Yeah, they're dumb. I remember when I first started playing 40K. The first faction I wanted to play was Vestroyans. And the person told me I could play them. Not telling me that they were only metal models.
Yeah.
It was toxic.
Yeah.
And after that I told them I wanted to play Krieg. And then they're like, yeah, you can definitely play Krieg. And they failed to inform me they were 4-year-old only.
Yeah.
Sad day. Sad debate to be meme.
Fix that, GW.
Yeah, fix that, please.
Seriously.
GW will never make Krieg plastic.
Why? It'd be their most popular range.
Yeah, people said that about sisters, and not every person and their grandma came out to buy all the sisters in the world like they promised they would.
Well, I'm tired of buying...
GW gave us a test. We, for years, said, if you release plastic sisters, I'll spend thousands of dollars.
Well,
and
they
then,
did sell out at the very beginning.
And then they did it, and nobody's out there buying them right now.
What are you talking
We
about?
failed the test. GW, I'd like to apologize on behalf of all Warhammer players.
I only have so much money. So much money that I can spend on this plastic crap that we have.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of new. We're talking about like the old school players that for the last 20 years have been saying, give me plastic sisters. And then they didn't show up.
Yeah. Anything else you guys would like to see that GW should make?
Yes. I don't know what it is yet, but yes.
Yes.
I think they need more affordable terrain. Their terrain is stupid expensive.
It's pretty pricey.
It's unaffordable, honestly. I mean, if you've got the money, yeah, it's affordable. But
Like, they have some really cool pieces, but I don't want to pay $30 for 2 barrels in a crate.
Yeah, that's stupid.
First of all, it's 3 crates and like
2
7 barrels. Or 8 barrels, 9
Does
barrels.
that make it better though?
No, it's 9 barrels and 3 crates.
Wow. Oh my gosh, they better slow down.
And 9 boxes or something like that. It's not bad, I mean, for the price. I mean, that's actually... Those crates create a pretty big, like, line-of-sight blocking terrain.
Okay, here's a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
Instead of making new stuff, make everything resin, not resin.
Greek. We already talked about that.
I'm talking about just GW stuff. No, I'm talking about GW stuff. Orcs, Eldar, so on and so forth. There's so much Eldar stuff that is still in resin. That is crap.
Yeah. Rangers are still not even. If your troop choices aren't in plastic, I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Imagine if Orc Boys were fail cast.
I would hate to be an Orc player if that was a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't play Orcs if it was all resin.
No.
I actually don't buy resin models. I intentionally stay away from them. The last time I bought a resin model...
Was your knight?
No. Well, that was the Forge World. I didn't have a choice. Last time I bought a GW resin model, fine cast, was when the commander for Tau Commander, like the Crisis Suit Commander, only came in fine cast. That's the last time I bought.
Does it come in plastic now?
6th or 7th edition, one of the two. It was still in.
What was your favorite edition? 3rd.
I honestly still miss blast templates, so I'm gonna go with
last edition.
7th edition, yeah. We'll go with 7th edition.
Wasn't 7th edition like super broken?
Oh yeah.
But then again, isn't the rule where if everything is broken, then nothing is broken?
Yeah.
Is that really how that works?
See, the problem with 7th edition is it wasn't like it was today. One of the things that GW did for us is they said, hey, we're going to be more active. We're going to post FAQs, big FAQs. It was, boom, the rule book released. 3 years later, they're just releasing codexes with no updates or anything like that. And it was just mayhem. They would just re-release codexes. So like within an edition, you'd have kind of like Space Marines, how you have one non-usable Space Marine codex now. And people that are new to the game don't understand. Well, why can't I use that? But it would have been like that. I mean, it wasn't friendly in that respect. If you had an early edition codex, you were kind of just.
What was the most broken faction in 7th edition?
Tau were considered super broken.
Tau Eldar, right? Couldn't the Tau be with any faction?
Well, that was you could. Well, not any faction, but most factions Tau could pair with. Because they had rules where it was could pair with. And then, things that you were could pair with really well, things that you could do in certain situations. And
how would you determine that?
Because there was literally a chart in the back of the rule book that showed.
Are you telling me it affected the game?
Yeah.
You couldn't take these as allies because of this?
Yeah.
That must have been a mess.
So wait, could Tyranids pair up with anything?
No. They were the Come the Apocalypse only.
Okay.
And I think Orcs were Come the Apocalypse only too.
Okay, because Tyranids would never gang up with anybody, period.
I think Necrons might have been Come the Apocalypse. There was 2 or 3 factions that you could only pair with stuff in an Apocalypse size game.
You know what's funny though? Necrons there's an actual story where Necrons paired up with Blood Angels.
I could see that.
It's the goofiest story and it makes absolutely no sense, but...
What was it? Tarzan the Infinite? The one, the collector? Tarzan the Collector?
Tarzan the Infinite?
What's the other one's name? Tarzan the Infinite?
Yeah, it's Tryzn.
Yeah, whatever. Tarzan.
Yeah.
Tarzan the Infinite. But, the collector...
I can see the future now.
Yeah, the collector. I mean, he's working with... as far as the...
totally not working with Call. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally not. Yeah, totally not.
He was definitely not. Yeah, right.
Stop. You're ruining my image.
Yeah, he definitely was not inside of Cadia right before it blew up or anything.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That absolutely didn't happen.
Yeah, of course.
Are you guys speaking heresy over there?
What? No, never.
Inquisition.
Shoot. Did somebody mention the Grey Knights again? I mean,
wasn't orcs like basically the equivalent of like the worst faction though in 7th edition?
So the thing with orcs was flame templates were a thing.
And kind of just cocked orcs, yeah.
Yeah, I loved when I was playing with Blood Angels in 7th edition. I loved playing against orcs because I had my dreadnoughts in drop pods. I didn't have to pay extra points for Forge World dreadnought drop pods. I could bring regular old school drop pods and put Furiosa dreadnoughts, and a Furiosa dreadnought got double flame template. It shot with the flame template twice.
That's pretty good.
Which was awesome against orcs. So it was just roast them to pieces.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember when we first started playing, when we had the stupid Shadow War. Is that what it's called? The Shadow Wars Armageddon. But it was like a taste of 7th edition. Right before 8th edition came out. And it was really toxic because templates are really strong.
Yeah.
Last templates used to be so broken.
Yeah, they were. And it was, I mean, some armies used them much more effectively. Like Space Marines had like much higher ballistic skills, so it didn't go off track as often. I mean,
sometimes you wanted to go off track.
Pods,
yeah.
Drop pods in 7th edition were stupid broken because they had the reason you'd bring drop pods where they had the auto-correcting systems. So in 7th edition, when you deep strike, you would then roll a scatter dice and you'd move your deep. So you place one unit, roll a scatter dice, and you'd end up dropping somewhere. And if you landed on terrain or other models, you'd have to then take a check, and you could take damage and stuff like that. Or if you went off the table, they'd just be dead or something like that. It's been a while since I played it, but drop pods auto-corrected. So without penalty. So like you could literally put it as close to the enemy model as you could and pray to God that it just didn't move like off course. It could move on to the enemies or stay right where it is, but then it's boom, you have a drop pod an inch away. Guys jumping out, charging.
Nice.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I would love to see more drop pods in 8th edition. In 8th edition. I think they're so cool, but
they're just not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are in certain situations. A lot of people right now are using the drop pod and the Devastator squad with the 4 gravs just for using the stratagem. It's actually pretty effective.
That's pretty good. I didn't know people still use them. I haven't seen any of them recently.
Yeah, you typically just bring one.
One
for that particular stratagem combo, and that was it.
What's the Space Marine chapter that basically has Here We Go? Is it White Scars or Black Templars?
Black Templars have the reroll.
They reroll?
Charge, yeah.
Okay. That would be kind of useful with the drop pods.
If only Alex were here.
No, he could tell us all about Black Templars and how awesome they are.
I'm telling you, as soon as they release the Primaris Marines with Storm Shields and Thunderhammers or something like that, I'm going all in. All in, baby. $300 that day. GW. I know I've told you that many times that I would go all in. But this time, I mean it.
Yeah, Primaris only armies are kind of boring because all they do is just sit in a corner and then just shoot.
But they look so good.
Oh, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the thing. They look
absolutely
great. They look gorgeous.
My goal one day is just to basically make both of my Death Watch and my Space Wolf just Primaris only.
I would love that. I would play Primaris Space Wolves if they had Wolfen that were Primaris sized.
Well, the Wolfen look just fine. I think the models look
That's
good.
what I'm saying. If they could have Primaris people on Wolfen, I would play that.
Oh, you're talking about the Thunderwolf cavalry, not the actual Wolfen.
Yeah.
No, the Wolfen are
the guys, right? They look like Wolverine.
The Wolfen are the werewolves. The Thunderwolf cavalry, yeah, it's definitely the
I would
ones.
love Primaris Wolfen too. I think that'd be pretty cool. You tell me you don't want your Wolfen with an extra wound?
And an extra attack?
That would be kind of busted.
No, it's not. Orcs get 5 attacks per model, and no one cares.
Yeah, but
that's 300,000 attacks from a squad of 30.
Every single boy
300,000.
Can every single boy carry a Storm Shield and a Thunder Hammer? And
they might as well be. When you have 20 Grots right next to them, it doesn't matter. Like,
Grot shield.
Yeah. Oh, they basically have a 1-up invuln, so to speak.
Yeah.
You have to kill 20 Grots before you can kill a single boy.
Just bringing out aggressors and they just go. Pfft.
Nah, we don't care. Anyways, that's all the time we have today, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us under The Tabletop Shenanigans. Or, if you would like to support us on our Patreon for $1, you can be part of Felipe's Space Wolves.
Thanks, Nick.
Woo! And, along with those benefits, you get access to our Discord where you can sometimes talk to me and Matt. Maybe Felipe sometimes.
Whatever.
Well, you can definitely talk to me all day, any day.
If you pay, yes.
If you pay
$1.
If you don't pay that $1, it's iffy.
Yeah, right? Anyways, thank you so much for listening to us. We hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye. #
Bye,
Nick is always
everybody.
wrong.
What?